Everybody, today we're going to spend some time reviewing some vocabulary that we've talked about, and also we're going to look at text and graphic features within a nonfiction text that we've been reading. So I want us to first look at the vocabulary words. I've made some words and then the definitions that match. You may see a hint with the colors, but I want you to see if you can just quickly match in your head the words to the definition. The words are block, video, hydrant, and costumes. So take a minute, pause the video if you need to, and try to just see if you can match up the words to the definitions that are up there. So hopefully you noticed that the colors matched up. So hydrant went with an outdoor pipe firefighters use to get water to put out fires. Video went with a recording of movements and actions that you can see on a TV or computer screen. Block was in regards to a section of a community with streets on all of its sides. And costumes were special clothes that people may wear to pretend that they are from another time or place. Another word that I want to look at today is the word express. Express can have multiple meanings. So I want us to think about some synonyms or words that mean the same as the verb express. If express is a verb, that means it's a word or something that you do. So you can express your feelings. Another word might be show. What would be another word that would be a synonym of express? Did anybody say tell? You could express yourself or you can tell about something. What about share? Share could be another synonym for the word express. Another word that would be a synonym for the word express could be explain. Explain could also be a synonym for the word express. Synonyms are words that mean the same as the word in the middle. See if you can use the word express in a sentence. If we changed our focus word to the word speed, that's another verb, but these verbs are not synonyms to that verb. So another word for speed, if I am going to speed down the road, I could say rush. Rush might be another word for speed. What are some other words that you can think of that might fit in these bubbles for the word speed? Pause this video if you need to so you can take a minute to write some synonyms for the word speed down on your paper. Hopefully you thought of a couple. I actually used a thesaurus to help me think of some. Another synonym for speed could be hurry. Another synonym for speed could be dash. And another synonym for speed could be dart. Those are all words that mean the same as the verb speed. So now that we've had our quick vocabulary review, I want us to look at these text features and graphic features on this anchor chart. When we talk about text features in an informational text, remember we're talking about important parts of the text that are presented maybe in a different way than the rest of the text. So looking at words that are bold-faced or italic types, headings and subheadings, sidebars, captions, and bulleted lists are all text features that we might find in informational stories. We also will find graphic features in informational stories. And graphic features are visuals like timelines, illustrations, pictures, graphs, maps, and tables that'll help us understand what is in the text a little bit more than if we were missing those things. I want you to turn in your My Book to page 238. And in that spot in your My Book, you're going to be looking at part of the story about the 3 branches of government. Take a minute to pause the video, and I want you to read page 237 and 238 and look at those 2 pages and notice some of the text and graphic features that are on those pages. Hopefully you finished reading pages 237 and 238. On this page, I noticed that there's a sidebar. This blue box at the top would be called a sidebar, and it gives you extra information about what you're reading. Then we see in the picture that there's a woman going in and voting. I'm wondering if the sidebar and the illustration match up, or if the illustration that is provided goes with one of the paragraphs that's on the page. Look and see if you can find a sentence that matches with a woman or a person having the right to vote. Pause the video if you need to, so you can look for a sentence that talks about a person having the right to vote. Did you find that sentence in the sidebar? I didn't. The sidebar is talking about articles, but the picture is a person with the right to vote. So I looked in paragraph 12, and in paragraph 12, I saw the sentence that says, in the United States, the people run the government. Americans have the right to vote. When they vote, Americans choose the people who will work for them in the government. That's a few sentences, but those sentences help us to understand what this picture is about. So that's why that graphic is there, is to help us understand what part of the story is about. The picture and the story work together to help us understand what we are reading. Now let's look at page 238. On page 238, we have a diagram, and then we have some words. What do the labels on the diagram tell us? If you said that the labels tell you for what each branch of the 3 branches of government is, then you're correct. The labels tell each branch of government and what building is housed with those branches. Sorry, my brain just kind of went kaflooey. It tells you each of the main buildings that are there. So this would be the White House, which is part of the executive branch. This would be the Supreme Court, which is part of the judicial branch. And this is the legislative branch, which goes along with the Capitol building. Each of those graphics and the labels help us to understand better what we are reading. In conclusion, it's very helpful when you're reading an informational text to have text and graphic features. Why might it be helpful to have those? It makes the text more interesting, and it also helps readers understand what they're reading about. It helps us to interact with the story. Enjoy the rest of the story about the Constitution and the branches of government.